Some say that vegetables can only be beneficial, but this is arguably a myth. Vegetables can not only be beneficial, but sometimes also harmful. The reason is that some vegetable crops bring not only positive but also negative consequences for our body. Of course, I should make a reservation. I won't claim that some vegetables are only harmful, no. But some vegetables can be harmful under certain conditions, either if we eat them too much or if we have special contraindications. And these are the points I will discuss in this video. First, I will talk about the potentially most harmful vegetables, and in the second part of the video I will talk about the most useful ones. So it will be very interesting. Watch the video to the end. By the way, friends, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell too. Don't miss my new videos. So, point number 1 is potatoes. I have to say that potatoes are not the most beneficial food. Of course, if you eat a potato here and there, nothing terrible will happen. 1 potato a day will not harm you. But if you overindulge in potatoes, eat them in large portions, and maybe even more than once a day, then the negatives will start to outweigh the positives. Of course, the positives of potatoes are that they contain a lot of potassium, a very useful mineral necessary for the normal functioning of our heart, blood vessels, lowering blood pressure, and so on. But the problems with potatoes are caused by 2 substances, solanine and starch. Potatoes contain 70 to 80% starch, depending on the variety. And if potatoes are stored for a long time, the starch breaks down into glucose, fructose, and other simple sugars. Fortunately, the calorie content of potatoes is not so high, 75 calories per 100 grams of product. So you would have to eat a lot of potatoes to get fat. However, there is nothing good in starch itself. Potato starch is known to cause gas formation. Potato starch is also known to coat the walls of our small intestine like glue, impairing the absorption of other foods. In addition, potato peels secrete solanine, which is very harmful to our nervous system. It gets even worse if we are dealing with green potatoes, and even more so with sprouted ones. Such a product becomes really toxic. As a result, we get a product with a high glycemic index, a lot of starch, high solanine content, which is toxic to us, and all this is slightly compensated by some dose of potassium. In essence, there are more minuses than pluses. Eating potatoes is okay, but it's best not to overdo it. Let's move on. The next point is canned green peas. If we just eat peas, that would be fine, and I have nothing against regular peas. But often we eat peas from cans, and here the minuses start to outweigh the pluses. Firstly, it is a canned product, and any canned product is inherently bad and has nothing to do with healthy eating. Canned peas contain too much sugar and salt. There is another problem that whenever sugar is used in cans, it leads to the formation of toxic substances. So ideally, one should not buy any cans with sugar in the ingredients. Also, consuming such a product, we will certainly exceed the daily adequate dose of salt, which is up to 5 grams per day. More than 5 grams per day is extremely undesirable. Such a product is also not recommended for people who already have problems with the gastrointestinal tract. And if you overindulge, you can develop fatty liver dystrophy and suppression of enzyme production. It also contains quite a lot of purine acids, which can also cause abdominal discomfort. Of course, if you occasionally eat a little bit of peas from a can, no disaster will happen. But there is not much benefit in it either. It is better to eat adequate amounts of normal fresh peas. Let's move on. The next point is eggplant, which is also better not to overindulge in. The reason is that eggplants accumulate a large amount of solanine, and the larger the eggplant, the more of this poison it will contain. Also, eating eggplants will lead to an increase in the amount of oxalic acid in our body, which can later provoke kidney stone formation. Of course, if we ate an eggplant, nothing terrible will happen to us. I will say again that it all depends on the amount. If we get too carried away with eggplants, we may experience negative effects. From the recommendations, it is still better to remove the skin from eggplants because it contains too high a dose of solanine. Also important is the method of cooking. We usually fry eggplants in a pan with oil, which is not a very good option. Anything fried in oil becomes harmful, so it is better to cook it in any other way. So those were the most undesirable vegetables that should not be overindulged in. Now let's talk about the most useful vegetables that should certainly be included in our diet. Here, point number 1 is broccoli. Scientists from the University of Illinois conducted extensive research during which they found out that broccoli is an excellent prevention of diabetes, asthma, and heart disease. But that's not all. A number of studies show that broccoli can also help prevent cancer. Broccoli also contains a lot of vitamins, fiber, folic acid, potassium, phosphorus, and iron, and many other very useful trace elements. Broccoli will help improve vision, strengthen bones and joints, improve skin condition, help muscle growth, enhance immunity, and even promote weight loss. Let's move on. The next product is pumpkin. Here again, the range of effects is just amazing. You might say it's a superfood if it wasn't so commonplace. A number of studies show that pumpkin also helps fight cancer. Moreover, pumpkin is very beneficial for our liver. The liver just loves it, as well as many other orange vegetables. Pumpkin contains a very rare vitamin T. Pumpkin will help if you are losing weight, has good caloric effect, and greatly improves our digestive processes. Pumpkin is also a great source of many B, C, E vitamins, lots of antioxidants, minerals like iron, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and of course lots of valuable fiber. And pumpkin seeds, which can be purchased separately and roasted separately from the pumpkin, are especially beneficial. The next point is carrots. Carrots are a very popular and affordable vegetable that is simply a champion in terms of price-quality ratio. It is an amazing source of beta-carotene, a precursor of vitamin A. You can often hear that carrots are a source of vitamin A, but this is only partially true. The fact is that carrots contain provitamin A, not vitamin A itself. Beta-carotene is the substance that is the raw material for the production of vitamin A in our body. In any case, it is certainly also very useful and necessary for our body. Carrots also contain quite a lot of fiber, many B vitamins, vitamins C, E, K, and many minerals like potassium, iron, phosphorus, magnesium, iodine, fluorine. Carrots are known to have a positive effect on vision. They also greatly improve the composition of the blood. In general, they are very good for our cardiovascular system, strengthen our nails, hair, improve the condition of our skin, and, importantly, improve the work of our intestine. So I would include this vegetable in my diet every day.